Arlene, and I'm Filipino.
Have you dated someone other than your own race?
Yes, I have.
How do you feel about interracial dating?
I don't have an issue with it. I don't really necessarily look at the race per se, so it hasn't really affected me.
Why do you think it's common for Asians to interracially date?
I think that if they're Asian Americans, that they tend to shy away from the cultural aspects of dating someone within their own race. I think Asian women tend to be regarded by other races as being more subservient, whereas Asian American women are not necessarily, they don't fit that profile.
If you have been in an interracial relationship, can you recall any of the cultural differences you had?
One of the cultural differences is definitely food. Food, I think, in the Asian culture is one that brings the family together. It's very common for that to be kind of the focal point for family gatherings and social events. And if the other race of the relationship doesn't necessarily have that part of their culture, then that can be a difference. Another thing is the family values. Asian cultures are very tight with their family members. Oftentimes there's several generations living in the same household. So that's something that definitely needs to be addressed and adjusted to.
How did you handle them?
I think it's a learning process along the way. There has to be a lot of open communication and discussion about that. Definitely early on, and I think when you're dating someone and you're introduced to family and friends, that definitely comes to the forefront.
How do you feel about your friends or family being in an interracial relationship?
I think it's a benefit because you oftentimes will learn about other cultures, and I think it helps you grow as a person.
Do you think there are major benefits to interracial relationships?
Definitely, definitely the aspect of being exposed to different parts of the culture, whether it's language, food, traditions, family values. So I definitely think it helps you expand your knowledge.
If you only date a certain race besides your own, list your top 3 choices and why.
3 choices of race?
Yes.
I don't necessarily have a particular race. I would, for me, definitely say through my experiences that closeness to family is definitely one of them. Communication and feeling valued and equal partners is definitely an important to me. And I would say the third is food.
How did your parents react when they found out you were in an interracial relationship?
Well, having grown up with a single mother, I would say she didn't care as much. I think it was more important to her that we were happy and that we were in a relationship where we felt valued, and the people that we surrounded ourselves with, meaning friends and family, supported our relationship as well. So race was never really an issue. I did think about it though later on as we decided to travel, because you can travel even within parts of the United States where interracial couples are not highly regarded. So we knew as a couple that there were definitely places we chose not to travel so that we didn't have to experience the negativity or expose our children to it.
As a parent, what are some standards that you have on your children when it comes to dating?
Well, definitely someone who values talking about things, having open communication, not feeling that one gender or a race is superior to another, because that definitely leads to issues in a relationship. And then how they feel about family and making them a part of their life.
Thank you.